Richie, when I'm in traffic and I see any promotion person coming, I have to speak to them and tell them, I did what you're doing, just keep doing it.
Wow.
This is where I started.
Today?
Yes, I have to do that. Because sometimes I don't think young people sometimes understand that we did some of these things.
You never truly know people until you take the time out to get to know people. I will never stop saying that. Sometimes as human beings we put people on a pedestal. But what's more exciting is the journey as to how they have managed to get to where it is and achieve all that they have. There's always a story. We are currently hearing such an incredible story, so many lessons. This is one of those CTAs that I will keep telling you, this one you need to share. And it doesn't matter the age group. In fact, the younger, the better. It doesn't matter the sex, male or female. This CTA needs to be watched. It doesn't matter the region that they are. This one, they need to watch. What an incredible story. And where we are still at the bottoms up. We're at the beginning of the hustle. You've paid rent.
Yes.
You've told yourself.
Yes.
You've paid rent for an SQ, servants' quarters, in Gumo.
Yes.
Actually, let me ask this question. Rent in Kayole, rent in Eastlands, was you could get a house for that price, or even less. Why did you take Ngumo? You even had a friend who lived there.
Of course. In fact, Gloria, I think Gloria was a year before me or something. So she left, because Gloria is a lady who I met and we became fast friends in Poly. I think she lived in Kayole or something. So I had visited Eastlands. But I had also visited Ngumo. And I knew from the beginning, I want to be in Ngumo. So I chose to be in Ngumo. I knew Ngumo was at least 3 times the rent of the other places I would need if I wanted to go to Eastlands. But it was also a logical and practical decision. From Ngumo, if I needed to, I could walk to town. From Ngumo, transport at the time was 10 shillings. It was a very convenient place to be. But I truly, honestly believed, Richie, I would get a job.
You are sure?
I was sure. I was like, I am getting a job, and I am getting a job.
Okay. So you pay rent?
Yes. Continue. So I pay rent. I have my mattress. The other lady, I know I'll remember her name at some point. She shows me the trade of this company, the marketing, where you'd all show up, and then they would call you when they have jobs for the marketing jobs, the roadside marketing jobs. The first time, because we went for training on a Saturday. And remember, we've had this discussion with my mom, I'm busy looking for an office job. And I've said I've told myself I will not tell her that I'm handing out flyers. Because for her, surely,
I know,
you're not homeless. What are you doing in Nairobi? Then we go. And we are about maybe 50 young ladies. And they tell us the roundabouts we are going to. There were like maybe 4 roundabouts, the bigger ones, where we need to hand out those flyers. All I remember thinking in my head, please, dear God, let me not be taken to Muthaiga roundabout. Because the Muthaiga roundabout is your route to Meru. All matatus coming from Tirum pass that route. And I can bet you for sure,
they'll see you.
If someone is in the vehicle, they will look outside and they will see me, and that information will get to my mother. So me, I get in. I was looking forward to be paid the 500. So I get in the car. We drive. They are dropping different people, and then we figure at Muthaiga roundabout. I'm told, Kendi, you're in this roundabout. I can't say no. I need food. And indeed, my mother, she was told, but that time I think cell phones had just come or something.
Yeah.
Yes. So she was told, and she called me and she asked me, why are you behaving like a homeless person in Nairobi? Because this is now 2022, around January.
Yeah.
Because that's when I'm making ends meet. Yeah, but I continued. And that's how I hustled. But also, the newspaper, back to the newspaper, I would look at the classifieds to look for jobs. And I would apply to so many jobs. This time, not only just IT-related jobs. Then one day...
So, Kendi, you stood at that Muthaiga roundabout.
Yes.
As cars came in traffic.
Yes.
You're handing, here's a flyer.
Yes.
Here's a flyer.
Yes.
And those products have nothing to do with IT, or even if
No. Nothing. I need food. As in this city, if you're not working, yes, it's a job. And it's a respectable job. In my opinion, I'm like, I would rather do this. This is a job, as in I'm earning my
Your
pay.
way.
And to be honest, if I do that, because we will do that for not more than 2 hours. And for not more than 2 hours, I'll be paid 500 shillings. It's okay for me. I remember the first time I was in a golf club, I went as a promoter lady. And we went it was either Windsor or Limuru. And as a promoter, they tell you to wear small dresses.
Yep.
At least they were not short, but you're in a t-shirt. Actually, they give you the t-shirt of whatever product. I can't remember what product it was. And then you either wear something black. They would take either a black skirt or trouser. I have never felt so cold in my life. Because you're in a golf club. You're in a golf club. I think it was Limuru. You are there as a promoting person to all these rich golfers who are going round. Maybe that's why I've never warmed up to golf, because that's my first intro to golf. But yes, I did it. I had to do it. It was the only thing I had to do.
This was a marketing company that would call you for whatever products.
Correct.
So
As
this time, one
promotion,
time it's
yes.
this drinks, the next time it's this.
Yes.
They teach you about the thing that they're going to deliver.
The flyers.
The flyers.
Yeah.
And then now they deploy you.
Yes.
And they pay you 500 shillings.
They pay you 500 shillings at the end.
At the end of the day.
At the end of the day.
Okay.
And they give you the transport. Because you go to industrial area, you get into the cars, they drop you, then they come back picking you and drop you back either in town or in industrial area.
Okay, and pay you 500
and
while
you
they
pay
drop
your
you.
500 as you're dropped. Okay. Or if it's the week, because sometimes it will be like 3 times a week, you're paid 1,500.
Okay.
At the end of the week, like on the Friday.
So I get. This is going to keep me in Nairobi. This is my placeholder.
Yes.
So that I can at least pay my rent, get food actually.
It's food, and so that I don't go back to the village. Because my mother has already sent me the 18K.
But while I'm doing this, I'm now looking for jobs.
I'm looking for
What
jobs.
happened to that dream of America?
No, wait. I've shared with my folks that's what I want. But this is holding. We are holding. It's the holding.
It's the
time.
new holding.
Yes, it's the whole. Because even the America one, they start in September. Because it's January.
Yep.
So their year starts August, September.
Yes.
So meanwhile, I'm applying for jobs. I'm looking for schools. So in the US, I'm looking at the process for the I-20s and what that means.
SATs and all those things.
And also and looking at SATs, what do I need? All of that. Before I move away from the promotion jobs, Richie, when I'm in traffic and I see any promotion person coming, I have to speak to them and tell them, I did what you're doing, just keep doing it.
Wow.
This is where I started.
Today?
Yes, I have to do that. Because sometimes I don't think young people sometimes understand that we did some of these things.
Yo, that's powerful.
Anyway.
No, that's a heavy one. That's encouraging. Okay.
So I'm applying then, or I'm applying to many jobs. I'm sending, and this time it's not email. It's not email application. It is posting. So I would write them. Then my landlord, because remember I'm in the SQ, I would give them the applications. Then he would go posting for me. He used to live with his children. At least it was helpful. And he understood, and I had told him, I just told him, I am looking for a job and I will get a job. Then one day I saw this advert in the back, which was saying, we are looking for an IT assistant manager. If you're interested, come to K2 or something like that. K2 was Baricho Road, right?
Yes.
Come to K2. So I'm like, now, is this legit or is it not legit? So I'm like, well, who cares? As in, you're doing nothing. So on this day, just show up, go dressed with and then they say, come with your qualifications or your papers. On the day, I think it was a Tuesday. On the day, I show up, I dress, I show up. I get there. We are 100 of us. No exaggeration. We are 100 of us looking, and they're looking for one job, one person.
Yeah.
And they want an assistant IT manager. They start the elimination. They start from 100, then they get to 50. Then after 50, I think they get to 20. All these are giving us challenges of IT-related challenges. Then they get to 20, I think they get to 10. Then they get to 5. All of this, I'm making it. And I'm making it, as in I'm going through. We get to 5, they call us in, panel conversation. Then we're left 2 of us.
What?
Yes. And they call us, it was me and Priscilla Motero. And so it was me and Priscilla, 2 girls. And then I think they came and they call one of, now. Individually. They acquired the job, we only need 1 person. So I explained why me, all of this. Then I had connected with Priscilla. Then I was like, but you could also take the 2 of us. Then I went to justify why they should consider taking the 2 of us. When they were done, end of the day, both of us had offer letters. And that is how I started my job in March of 2022 as an IT assistant manager for Kahama Group of Hotels.
You got the job.
I got the job. But
for you to get, I'm trying to figure out, what do you think made you get through from the 100 to the 2? I do, granted, Polytechnic, the papers played a part. Do you think it was more than just the education qualification?
I believe it was. Truly, I don't know. It's been a while. I don't know what it is. I think I did ask the HR manager at the time, how come what really made them take the 2 of us? And they said, the 2 of you are so strong, we couldn't decide on either of you. So we thought, and you already did the bit of why not take the 2 of us?
That is just mind-blowing. Like you are in the thought process to say that. Because I'm remembering, you're not this Kendi, you're a 20-something-year-old.
I am, but naturally you realize, remember my story in St. Ursula where loyalty to a friend, naturally, I'm a very loyal person. Okay. So I go out to, sometimes I forget the part of I'm disadvantaging myself. You could call it a weakness. In our competitive world, in all of that, it's something that I carry with me. But then I'm like, what does it hurt? The worst one person will say is no. But at least I asked.
Wow. If you didn't ask, one person would have gone. That wasn't in their mind. No, you just said, the HR said.
Yeah, they would not have maybe justified. Because I asked, and because we had connected with her, because we had spent the whole day. We had showed up there at 8, and we kept remaining, the 2 of us. And we were the only 2 girls who kept remaining, because most of the people who were there were men. So naturally, we leaned to each other and started speaking. That's how we became friends.
Yeah.
And then I understood her situation as well. She also needed a job as much as I needed a job. So, yeah, and we are just talking there, and maybe the reason they took long to deliberate, because we were leaving at 5, from 8 to 5. I'm like, maybe, just consider taking the 2 of us.
Okay. You get the job.
I get the job. I am very happy. I have a very big title. I am paid a whole 15,000 shillings.
Oh, hey, rent.
It's a lot.
Rent,
It's a lot. After taxes, it was over 13,000, because at the time, the taxes, I think it was 13,000, maybe 300 or 800. As you can see, I can't remember. Yeah. All I need is 4,500 for my rent. And I go back to my landlord. And that day, when I went back, I told him, thank you for believing in me. I have the job. And that was in February. As in, by then, for me to report on 1st of March, I got that job in February.
Yeah.
And it's not like I wasn't worrying, because I was like, now what's my next plan? Because I have no plan. And obviously, the promotional jobs are not frequent enough to afford the rent. So now I was good. I could pay my rent, which was 4,500. I could do a bit of savings. And nani kama mimi, I went to, I think, ART, or one of those hire purchase things. I could have a little life, and I asked for a TV on hire purchase. Do you know how long I had waited to have a TV in the house?
First things first, TV.
TV, kwanza colored. I had waited so long. And remember, all through this life, what I'm trying to recreate is my life back in Embu.
Yes, yes.
You know, my life as a little girl. Because that's what I love as happy life. So the first chance I get, my pay slip is out. Oh!
Hire purchase. On hire purchase.
Hire purchase.
What did your job entail? Now what are you doing?
So
and
now,
what's your big title?
My big title, it's a very big title. But the reality is this: we are doing stock checks, because now you're management. At least you're seen as management.
Yes.
So you're doing stock checks in the bar, as in counting beer, those things.
Higher.
Yeah, because it's part of management. Then, because at
K2. Is this where you got the job at?
Yes, it's Kahama. Kahama Group of Hotels is K2, K1.
The guy with dreads, what's it called?
Sami, is it?
I think so. I've forgotten his name.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you were, you know me, I thought you said K2 like it was just a venue you were not in, and then you
even I thought it was a venue, but it was their company recruiting. Small, they expanded to Small World, so supervising networking. Yeah. So
stock check, for those who don't know what K2 is, explain to them. It is a bar.
Yes, it is a bar.
Yes.
It is a bar.
Clubhouse.
The reason it's called Clubhouse.
Clubhouse. Yes. It's K1 with the one in
is it still
Parklands
there?
Or and then there was K2 in Baricho Road.
Head office was in Ojijo Road.
Oh.
In the K1 one.
I know they had other businesses. So now.
Yes. So they're in the hotel industry.
Yes.
So now I have to break the news to my mother.
But at least the Catholics takes a little bit of a sippity.
That I have a job, which I did, which was happy. But then I have to tell her where the job is.
She's like, eh?
She's like, what? I told her, Mom, ni hoteli. It is a hotel. In fact, we were allowed to host our parents. So I actually told her, come. I'll get you a meal. She was so happy.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
And they were so happy. My mom to this day, my parents actually, to this day, they say, if there's any person they know can have confidence something will work, it is me.
Yeah. I can see it. This is crazy.
Yeah. So they don't, so now by the time, now in all this mix, now by the time I'm bringing up the whole US thing, it is with this confidence that I have told them, they're like, okay, fine, we're on board. So I've been applying, I've gotten admission to US.
So are you working late hours?
No. It was a good job.
Okay.
It was a good job.
Okay.
But then I also realized,
but stock taking, what else?
It's not IT. There's stock taking, but then supervising, like, okay, if we are ordering for machines, the machines going to
the POSs.
Not POS. That time there was no POS.
Oh, there was no POS. It was cashiers.
No, as in by machine, I mean the computers. See, now it was desktops.
Yes.
So going to check if desktops are working okay. Going all of those things. Yes.
You were handling the IT for the group.
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
Makes sense. I get it now.
Yeah, it was the IT for the group, but it was a lot of time spending behind a blower. Yes, cleaning. Because you see when the cash machines and everything.
Yes, yes.
So I looked at that equation. Richie, I told myself, Apana, Indio, this is what I did. Concerns for. No. So I'll do two things. Let me accelerate my doing the degree thing, and let me also see what that means in terms of changing. Because if this is IT, and then I realized, because I didn't have access to a computer. So I wasn't practicing on coding. You see, you need to keep practicing. You need to.
It's evolving.
Yes, and you need to keep scaling. So I knew if I'm keeping on the technical side of it, I have to keep myself engaged and constantly learning and constantly certified to be relevant. So I quickly understood, and I didn't want to keep reading. I quickly understood my weakness from that perspective, but also because I didn't have the machine to A computer, yes.
Wow. Kendi, you are... This is another placeholder.
Yes.
Everything for your life is a placeholder.
This is a placeholder.
This, I mean, so far.
Yes, so far.
It's like, okay, now at least we've gotten here.
Yes.
It's not just, I'm not just getting, I'm guaranteed to get rent money, food money, but that savings can, instead of a TV, it can go to a computer.
Yes. No, I didn't buy a computer. I bought, but computers were expensive.
Yeah, okay.
They're expensive. The TV was much cheaper.
Yeah.
Computers were like 70K.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're expensive.
No, in fact, you should have done higher purchase for a computer, not a TV.
I should have, but hey, who's good life? Anyway, but for the record, it was a learning moment. It's one of the worst financial decisions I've ever made. The higher purchase for the TV. Because I didn't even finish paying the TV.
So they came and took it back?
Of course, they came and took it back. And then it's just an expensive because of the interest and all those things. But I didn't know better. For me, all I'm chasing is the good life. You know, I'm trying to replay or to replay back my good life. Or to,
Kendi, that's such a deep thing you've said. That's a moment of financial literacy in terms of decisions that you're making. And the reason why you made the decision. You made the decision, you're trying to accelerate getting to where you had seen. But that wasn't the best thing to do with your money.
It wasn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that. Okay.
So then I get admission to... Of all the universities, I looked at what is the cheapest. Again, because I was thinking about end to the means. I need to get the degree, but I also need the one that I will pay easy. Or the money that sent me can do more. So I got St. John's University is one I chose. I got a lot of admissions, but then St. John's University in Newfoundland. Do you know there's a place called Newfoundland in Canada? It's in the middle of the ocean somewhere. It's just, And they even connected me with a prospective student who was, with a current student who was a Kenyan, for them to tell me how to engage and integrate and all that. And my parents decided it's time for them to utilize their Embu network. You know, all the people they knew from Embu. So they decided to do a fundraising.
Harambe, what we call a harambe.
Yes. They decided what we're going to do is do a fundraising.